Hi, Lynn Chick. Just flown down from Sydney to meet Bekki, who's living in Brisbane, to talk to her about transitioning into Benji and what that's going to be like for her.
I be on a mission. Go so hard, oh my God, you would think I'm tripping. I'm just out here living and I hope that they listen. Walk a mile inside my shoes and try if you can fit them. No, you ain't gon' fit them. Just want you to pay attention.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, mate. We're in Brisbane and it's really hot. When did you, because you're transitioning
Yes.
from...
Female to male?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when did you feel that that's what you needed to do?
I thought, like, deep down, it's funny, is like, as you grow up, you kind of see things, but you don't really understand it. So, I mean, when I was younger, I would see a girl. Like, the boys actually would be sitting in a row at school, and an attractive girl would walk past, and all the boys would kind of be like that, and then I'd be at the end, and then you'd see me looking as well. And you don't really realise that at that time. And then, like, growing up, all the boys knew that I was gay before I even knew I was gay. I mean, coming out to them, they're like, we knew. But I was always more masculine growing up, and then I never really wore dresses, except when I was little and Mum put me in them. But never really dresses, skirts, or anything like that, or if I did, it just felt uncomfortable. And then kind of growing up and then learning, I guess, about, like, transitioning, there wasn't a lot of information out there, so I did kind of try and search for it, which, if I hadn't known now what I knew back then, I probably would have started earlier. But I think it was maybe like 3-4 years ago when I started.
So you were about 23?
Yeah, like I was partying a lot. So I guess that was kind of masking what I did want to do, I guess, in some ways. Like, you know, you're young, you're trying to find out who you are, you don't really fully understand everything. But then when I kind of stopped partying as much as I did and kind of sat back and looked at myself and who I was, who I wanted to be, it was kind of like, I don't want to be a girl. I don't want my boobs, I don't want that kind of thing. So, yeah, so that's when I kind of started to realise, hang on a second.
So you were at the same, you went through school, you didn't move around, so you're at the same primary school and high school with your friends?
Full sentence.
No. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's great because, I mean, you didn't have to go to another school and have to explain yourself or not explain yourself or fit in with a whole lot of different people. You were there from the start. Everyone was your mate or not your mate, and they saw you for who you are.
I do have a very diverse group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. I feel like I don't fit into one stereotype. So, yeah, you'll kind of see some of the people that come today. They're very different, but we all come together with each other. I'm a big believer, like, the love of food, the love of friends. So we all come together and we all support each other. Even though we may not see each other for 6 months, we'll still see each other and it will be like we never left off.
Hi, guys. You're...
Billy?
Billy? Ashley? Bekki. And you guys went to school with Bekki?
Yeah, since year one.
I was like grade 7.
Yeah.
So any dirt on Bekki?
Oh, tons. She acts all tough, but no, she's a softie.
Bit of a marshmallow at the
Yeah,
top.
always. Yeah.
No problems at school at all, like hanging with the boys, being a bit more, you know...
There were a few girls, I guess, thought that I was hanging out with their boyfriends. Like, you're barking up the wrong tree. Like, you've got nothing to worry about there. So there was a few funny times like that where I guess the girlfriends would get jealous that I was hanging out with the boys a lot. But we all laughed about it. It wasn't, yeah.
Afterwards or during the time?
Oh, during the time and afterwards, because it was funny. Yeah.
So the partying and things like that kind of... When do you say you kind of knew that the transitioning might be on the cards? Was it in your late teens before you were 20?
No, it would have been probably like about 25, maybe.
Okay.
So later. So I always thought something different, but obviously not fully knowing what trans was, kind of thing. Like, always felt like that I was living in a different body, but didn't fully understand the extent of it. Like, if that makes sense, like what the norm, I guess people stereotype a lot nowadays, and, you know, a girl is feminine and wears dresses and wears skirt, and I never felt like I fit into that mold. Yeah.
So, getting information was quite difficult.
Yeah.
Because I know when I looked up in New South Wales, and I mentioned this to you before, I was surprised that all the information was American information, which doesn't fit into the Australian
No.
system.
Yeah.
So how many GPs did you go to before you found a GP that you felt you could talk to about transitioning?
So, none, actually. So, when I looked into it, I personally thought that I had to go to a GP, then get a referral to go to a psychiatrist, and then you go to sessions with them, and then they diagnose you, and then you can start transitioning. But I found a doctor in Brisbane who I went to see her one day, and she can do all of it. So it was like a one-stop shop. So I went in there, I was like, fuck it. Can I swear?
Sure,
Yeah,
darling, sweetheart. Let's get it going.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So I booked in, and I booked in like 6 weeks. And this was just after I closed down my restaurant. I owned my own American barbecue restaurant.
Wow.
So I closed down that, and I guess that kind of like, I was like, I need to figure out who I am and what I am doing. So closed that down, booked it in, went and saw her, and she asked me some questions, like did all of that kind of thing, took bloods just to make sure everything is all good. And then she's like, if you want a shot today, you can have a shot today. So I was like, yes.
Did that scare you in a way? Like the American way is 6 months with a psychiatrist and stuff. Did you want to have some time to sort of talk about it before you started the process, or not?
No, I already knew.
Right.
I thought that the reason why I didn't start it earlier as well is that like paying for a psychiatrist for 6 months to already tell me what I already know. Like I didn't want to do that, but I thought if I had to do that, it's something I have to do. But then going to this doctor, it wasn't. So it was a blessing to kind of find her.
How did you find her?
Just online.
So what did you search?
Like transitioning Brisbane, doctors, found a few different doctors out there, and just came onto her and was like, that one, and yeah.
So you have injections too, because I know with the testosterone there can be different ways of administering it.
Yep,
There can
yep.
be patches or tablets under the tongue.
Yep. I get a needle in the butt.
Ooh,
yep.
How often do you get in the butt?
So it was every 6 weeks.
Yes.
And then it went to 7 weeks. And at the moment now it's at 8 weeks. Go to the doctor and just like check everything again. But I can administer the shot at home. So we could do the needles at home. I'm just very lucky. Unfortunately, she can't be here today, but I've got a very good friend who is actually a veterinary surgeon, and she does my shots for me. I've got a little bit of a less hairier butt than she's used to, but I'm very
just putting the gloves on.
Yeah, just put it on. I've actually got that each time she does my shot, I take a picture of it, like on Snapchat and stuff like that, and just to document it. But yeah, she's definitely a blessing, because I know that you've got your sciatic nerve that goes down your back and your butt, and I don't want to hit anything. So she's happy to come do my needles for me. So very blessed to have her. So
Needles for, every 8 weeks for the rest of your life, is it? Or do you get to stop testosterone? Is there a point of...
It's different for everyone. So until you go there, you don't know.
So any side effects? Because I did hear that it can make you a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Or you sexually you get a little bit more hot
Yeah.
under the collar.
Yeah. When I went to go see my doctor, she said that people that kind of have underlying issues or unresolved issues that can intensify it, they have seen, I guess they call it roid rage, or testosterone rage.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen. It doesn't happen with everyone. That kind of, it annoys me a little bit because it's kind of the same when a female's on their period. If they get mad or emotional, it's like, oh, it's because you're on your period, and it's brushed off. And it's like if you're on testosterone and you get mad, oh, it's roid rage, where anybody gets mad. So it's not just because of the testosterone, it could be a number of things. Like, you could have just pissed me off.
Sure.
Like, yeah. So there is that. It can happen. Pimples. Yeah. There are
Acting
pimples.
like you're too old.
Well, I'm going through what a 15, 16-year-old boy would go through. So if you think about what they go through then, I'm starting that. At 28, I'm going through what a 15, 16-year-old boy goes through.
Do you feel 15 or 16? Does that make it bit like...
I don't even feel 28 as it is.
No.
Like, I still feel like I'm 18. Like, I left school the other day. Like, it's a bit surreal, I guess, going through life and where you end up as well. But I'm loving it. My voice is changing. It constantly sounds like I'm sick though. But that's just the voice changing. It does get a little bit funny because if I am like hang out with friends and we get a little bit loud, it will go really high pitched and then really low. So I have to like shake that off a little bit, act like it, like and get my like manly voice back. But yeah, so that can happen. I think this one of the side effects that I didn't know, like obviously there's physical change, but mentally I didn't quite realize the big difference mentally it would have on me. So even though I've only been doing it for maybe 7 months or something now, it's changed a lot. You go from female, I guess, thoughts to having your thoughts and your mind change because of the testosterone through your body now, because it's a hormone at the end of the day. So mentally it's been harder than physically. The physical side of it is that if I do training like powerlifting or anything like that, I have to remember that my muscles are going to grow bigger, but my ligaments grow a little bit slower. So I can't go in there and smash out a gym session with really high weights because you'll end up hurting yourself. So that's the physical side of it, but mentally I've just got to be more aware. If you think of a 15, 16-year-old male going through puberty, they're reclusive, they're in the room. They sleep a lot. So that's really, I've kind of reclused a lot. Not that I want to be by myself, but I've got my own shit trying to deal with, and kind of other people's vibes can affect that. So I've got to be careful of that side of it too. But it's not that I'm pushing people away, it's just that mentally I just want to be alone, I guess. But it's not, I wouldn't kind of call it like a depression because I'm happy, I'm transitioning, but I've just got to get mentally used to, I guess, my new way of thinking or my new way of behaving or something like that, which is, to begin with, it was like 1 second, because I still had the estrogen, I wanted to cry, and then I wanted to Hulk and punch shit stuff. So it was those two extremes. I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like crying my eyes out, and then I'll be like, I'm fine, like I'm tough kind of thing. So you don't realize, you know, physically you're going to change, like you're going to get hair, you're going to get pimples, your voice and all of that, but mentally, I don't think.
Did the GP talk to you about that? What might be
not
issue?
So much mentally, physically, yes. Yeah. Mentally, like we did go through a few mental questions, but it wasn't. I didn't realize the big impact that it would have mentally.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that getting a little bit easier or not, or is it staying about the same? Like 7 months in, you've probably got an.
I think it's 7 months. Like, to be honest, this transition just feels natural to me. I'm not keeping date. I'm not keeping like, this is my 6 months, this is this is that. I try to remember when I first went to the doctor. I'll look it up later, but I can't remember exactly when, because I feel like I'm just becoming me.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is coming a little bit easier, but I've just got to understand that it is there, and that it's not like, it's almost like you're going crazy but not going crazy. Alright, so today's needle day. This is Tamika.
Hi.
She helps me get my needles. I'm on 8 weeks at the moment. This is it here, 4 mil. Now the liquid itself is quite thick, so there's 2 different sizes of needles that I have to use. I'll let her inform you on that.
Okay, so first we've got the 18 gauge. That one's to draw up the liquid because it is thicker. And then we use I think it's the 21 gauge. Yeah, 21 gauge, and that's used to do the actual injection itself. It's a bit nicer.
That's it there. That's the liquid.
Yep. And we use a 5 ml syringe. So the 4 mils goes into this one.
So pretty much all we need for it is this, the 2 different size needles, and then one of them. Oh, first you need an alcohol wipe to wipe my butt with, and then a nice little band-aid to put it at the end. So when I last went to the doctors and got my bloods done, a male's normal range is between 10 and 30. At the moment I'm sitting at about 15 to 20, which is perfect where I need to be. I was getting quite a few bruises. We did talk to her about that. She said that's nothing to be worried about. I am starting to get some hair, shaving a lot more, which is good. Pimples on my face, acne, have started to come out more. I do have some antibiotic cream for that if needed. I haven't used it so far. We're, yes, like I said, sitting at 8 weeks at the moment, wanting to hopefully get at the end to about 10 weeks. So after this one, I'll be back. We'll try to get to about 9 weeks. And then the one after that, 10 weeks, and then go back and get my bloods done and see where I'm going at it with everything.
Tops and bottoms.
Yep.
Now, I know when we were emailing you and I asked you what the questions you were getting a lot of, you mentioned that tops and bottoms was a top of the list. Just top of the range.
Top surgery, bottom surgery.
Top surgery. So, a top surgery, they don't call it chest defining. Like in America, they have a chest defining kind, like a different way of calling it. Here, it's just called a double mastectomy. Basically. So a double mastectomy is what you'll have.
Top surgery. That's what I want. Definitely want boobs gone. They just feel foreign. I don't know if you've heard of taping. So you can tape down the boobs. So like you can hide them and tape them. And a lot of trans people do that. Unfortunately, me with my allergies, I taped one day and I got this burning sensation down the middle, and it was like 3 a.m. and I had to get up and rip it off. It turned out I was allergic to the tape, and I had like blisters all around here, and when I ripped the tape off, it ripped the blisters. Oh my God. So it's safe to say I didn't do that again because it was fucked. And yeah, so unfortunately I can't tape until I find something.
But you would have taped if you could.
But yeah, I would tape if I could.
You're
Crystal.
God,
I'm Courtney.
Courtney, hi. You've known Bekki. Did you know Bekki at school?
No, we live next door. So we
oh my God, you're the girls next door.
Yeah, we're the girls next door. So probably about 4 and a bit years now.
Yeah. And when Bekki said she was transitioning, what was your reaction?
She told me at a rugby game, actually. We were just having a beer together and just out of nowhere just kind of said, oh, hey, just have something to tell you. Like, thinking of transitioning, and it wasn't a thing at all. Like, I thought it was a great thing. If it makes her happy, then...
Just knowing her and the way she is, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, no, not really.
Didn't care. I think I was pretty horrible to her and said, no offence, you're not special, you're still the same that you were before to me. So,
Still the same person.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
With bottom surgery, the way that I see it at the moment, there is one way, and it's a pump. But to me, that's like, hang on, babe, pump, 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 2 seconds, pump, pump, pump. Nelly ready, pump, pump, pump. All right, let's do this. Like, no. like,
I know.
It's not sexy. It's not anything like that. So I'm not interested in getting that.
No.
There is also like a plastic thing that you can put on.
Oh, okay.
But it just looks fake and weird. Like, I don't... But because I can't have the proper one down there, like a real one, like that looks real and everything like that, I don't want to, like, fuck up my junk.
No.
And then, like, down the track, 10 years down the track with science or whatever, something better comes out and I can't do it because of that.
Yeah, because I've
hacked it or whatever.
So that's not a big issue. That's not like you'd like to get rid of your titties.
Get rid of these, but
the rest is like you can deal with that. And that's
there's
all
strap-ons. There's everything out there.
But
so
that's not sort of holding you back or going, oh my God. If only that was happening, I'd be out. It'd be finished and done.
I think it sucks that I can't ever become a full male.
Right.
I think that is unfortunate. But that's life. Shit happens.
Yeah.
I was born female. It is what it is. Plus, some of the operations, when you get them done, they take the skin from your hair. So I'm going to have a tattooed dick. So, like, it's like, the tip's going to have this eye on it. Like, so it's got, like, little things like that as well. So, and then also it's a bit obvious. Like, you kind of see if someone's kind of missing here, if you know, like, trans. Like, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to point out. It's the same when you get the top surgery, they can cut underneath or they can go through the nipple. But if they cut underneath, you've got that big scar underneath where it's like trans. So I don't want it to be like pointed out, like, because eventually I'll have a beard, I'll have all of that, top surgery gone, if I've got that there, it's kind of like a sign or
And there shouldn't be any.
No.
There should be nothing.
Yeah.
Really, we're just here to support Bekki. Like, basically, at the end of the day, it doesn't really change our lives or affect our lives. It's her, and we just support her and her journey, and we're just here to walk with her.
So Bekki, you said you were going to prepare some food for the barbecue today.
So I thought about it a lot,
Yeah.
and I was like, easy.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome. Done.
So I did read too that for some people taking the testosterone, that they advise to have a hysterectomy and things like that, because your estrogen can build up and you can get tissue and bleeding.
Yeah.
Which I guess is you're transitioning and being a male would be like last thing you want is any blood down there after you've sort of dealt with it and finished with it.
I've stopped my period, so I have stopped it now, which is good.
Are kids in the future for you later on?
I would like kids. I did speak to my doctor about it. I obviously transitioning in a testosterone, my eggs are lower. They pretty much not almost go, but they're a lot lower than normal. So she said that there is a chance down the track that I would have to stop getting the injections, stop getting the testosterone for my estrogen and my female hormones to grow back to be able to get eggs. Because I would like my partner to have the baby, but with my egg.
You're
Hayley.
Maddie. So how do you know Bekki?
We met Bekki through Crystal and Courtney, who live next door, and we also play rugby league with her.
Yeah. So you weren't, like, it wasn't a shock to you, it wasn't someone you go, oh my god, I never saw that coming. You know what I mean? Like, that's so left field.
Yeah, I didn't really see it coming, but I'm not overly surprised. It's going to be the same person regardless, just slightly different personality and everything. So. Yeah.
Bet you won't be playing with you girls.
No,
can't
imagine.
No. The beard comes through and be like, sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm the best player in the whole team.
I think that's what's made it special is her last year, and that's what she wanted to do. So she's definitely
getting in, having a crack before.
I guess it's a bucket list of the final things from being, transitioning over, that you can just get in. That you want to make sure you've completed everything.
Yeah.
We're talking about males and females, so I'm going to share this great joke with you that you've never heard before.
Yeah, no, I never heard it. Hit me. I can't wait.
Yep. And just that thing about transitioning and stuff. So male and female laying in bed, the girls there laying there going, oh my God, my mascara's run, my lipstick's off, I haven't got a face on, how can I get from here to the toilet, I've got no clothes on, my ass is dragging. And the guy's laying there going, oh, there's a fucking crack in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like male and female thinking. Females are just a little bit more kind of in their head a bit. And so do you feel that you're not that were you ever that?
Yes, but I feel like now I'm like the ultimate force. Like, I've been a female, so I know how a female thinks, and I know how a male thinks. Like, like my friends tell me, like the boys, I'm the ultimate wingman, because I know how a female thinks, but then I know how a male thinks, so it's like,
so
I've got the inside secrets.
Know all about that.
Know all about it, so know both sides of it, so it's but then it's also back to the mental thing, because females are so inside of their head and they're thinking and stuff like that. Then me, like, I've always been in my head, but then I'm like, hang on, now I'm thinking differently, now I'm like thinking this kind of, like, it's that's why mentally it's a lot different, because it's like you're inside your head, but now you're a boy inside your head. So
there was a school friend of yours that was worried when you came out because
so like 80% of my friends were fine. Perfect, everything was good. I did have one friend that when I came out at high school, that stopped being my friend, because I was gay. But I put that down to education. That was how she was educated from her parents, and that's how she is educated. It comes down to acceptance and education.
So what was she worried about?
I'm not too sure. I think it was just that I was a lesbian, or that I was worried that I was trying to hit on her or something. And I'm like, I've been at school to you for 12 years. You're not that attractive to me. I'm sorry, but it's not. Yeah.
Boy, that would have hurt.
I didn't say that to her because I never got the chance to. Like, it was kind of like finish school and cut, done.
Yeah. And you were talking about the gym, going to the gym. So you were at a gym and being trained.
So over the years, I kind of like, because I've had a few operations on my leg, Cardio isn't my friend. Cardio, no. Like, just in general. Cardio is just no. Which is funny because I play football now, so I need cardio. But as I was training, I would always be trained. They're like, oh, females don't train chest. Females don't do this. And as I was kind of like thinking about transitioning and stuff, I'm like, well, hang on, like, I want a bigger chest. I want my muscles to be more defined as males would be. And then I went to a gym in Capalaba, actually, Eastside Barbell. And Josh, my coach, I spoke to him. He was one of the first people that I came out about being transition. And I said to him, look, I'm thinking about I want to transition. I don't want the normal training like a girl training like this. And he's like, fuck that. So that the little support that I got over the years of from when I started talking about actually transitioning to transitioning, that helped a lot too. So it was only like maybe less than 4 people that I'd spoken to about it at that time, but it was so loving and so caring, and the feedback that I got was like, yep, if that's what you want to do and that's what makes you happy, I'm happy.
Were you surprised? Did it blow you away a bit, or did you didn't think twice about it?
Yeah, I did think twice about it, like depending who I spoke to. There's still friends that I went to school with that don't know. There's people that I guess are in my friend circle that don't know. It's my business kind of thing, and like I've told people that I want to tell, and the people that are kind of coming today are people that I have told and have supported me since day one. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, they're the only really people that matter. And then at the end of the day though, if one of them was to turn around and be like, I can't accept that, I'll be like, well, there's the door. Like, I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah. You do what you want to do in life, and yeah.
You recently caught up with Ebony,
who
I know, and that's how she introduced me to
Connections,
mate.
Yeah.
Connections. Oh, connections.
Yeah, same.
Do you want to tell me who Ebony is?
Sister. Met them last year for the first time.
I was interested though, because you mentioned to Ebony that you're transitioning, that you wanted to meet as Bekki and not as Benji. And I wondered why that was.
Because obviously I'd never met them before. I'm 28, they're in their 30s. I wanted to meet them I wanted them to meet their sister before transitioning, and I think it would be a little bit easier as well, and I kind of wanted them to know me before I turned into Benji too. I think coming out of the woodworks like, hey, I'm your brother, but I was your sister, like I think that I just want to make it as easy as possible for everyone else. I know who I am, and I know who I want to be, and I'm happy with myself. It's just more to make it easier for the people around me. I know some people are like, oh, well, who gives a fuck what people say? And it's like, well, I don't care what people say, but I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Hi, you're...
TJ.
TJ?
Yeah, and Lauren.
And Lauren? Becky told you she's transitioning?
Yes.
When did she tell you?
July last year.
Oh my God, so...
Yeah. So... sort of just a conversation of this is what I've been feeling for a long time, and this is who I am, and I'm going to make that happen.
I think for me it was beautifully important that Bekki was able to stand up and live her true self and her authentic self. I mean, a lot of people, even in the straight community, aren't living their true authentic self. There's a lot going on in the world that sort of stops them from doing that. So I think it's beautiful. It's amazing. I'm so proud. I'm even getting emotional now talking about it because I just think it's fucking unreal.
She's very honest and open about it too, which I think makes it a lot easier. Some people can be really, I'm he now, or she, or don't, or you're calling me by the wrong, and it makes it hard for people like me who might not get it, like understand what I should be saying. You don't want to be inappropriate, you just kind of make mistakes.
I think it's it should be an understanding from both sides, because obviously that is important to that person. It's important to Bekki to be named how they want to be named, but Bekki is very understanding and is very open and will acknowledge if when we say he, they, them, she, there's no judgment, because Bekki is who Bekki is and is open and understanding to that. It's a transition for us as well in a way.
So you're okay if people go she or he?
Yes, like I honestly don't mind. At the moment, I am still female, so I am still saying Becky. I'm still saying she. I'm still doing all of that. I myself will feel comfortable after I get top surgery to then start Benji and the he and all of that.
What day will that be? Will that be like the day after you get out of hospital? Like it's, you know what I mean? It must be a weird thing to go. Okay.
In my mind, I have a vision.
Yeah.
I've had top surgery and I've got a beard.
Okay.
Then I'm Benji.
When those two things come together, and I can see there's a
I'm
little
starting
bit,
to get. See, I don't want to shave it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't touch it yet.
I didn't want to shave it yet because it's like growing. And then I was actually talking to my friend yesterday. I was like, "Oh, how does this look?" Because like I don't know how good the cameras are going to be.
Yeah.
And then you said they're in 4K, and I'm like, "Well, fuck!" Like every little bit's going to come up now. But yeah, no, it's starting to grow a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
I can see just. But the funny thing was yesterday I had a chin wax going. Becky's not doing this.
No.
Becky doesn't have to worry about this anymore.
No.
Like the hair that and more hair here.
Yeah,
And
like I started to get more hair here as well, but I'm very light as well, so it is coming. But then I also didn't want to shave and then have a shaving rash, like big dots underneath and shave rash for today.
But then you could have had some cuts. And the other thing I heard with testosterone is if there's baldness in the family. Yeah. Is there any baldness on the male side that you might go bald?
Not too sure. Not that I know of.
Being a woman and being used to wearing a bikini top or togs, that when you do have the top surgery and you can take your t-shirt off and have your budgie smugglers, I'm thinking budgie smugglers.
No, I'd say boardies. I'm not for budgie smugglers, but
I mean. Will you even feel like will you feel a bit weird going, I should have a top on?
I like downstairs when I'm like home alone and stuff like that, I'll walk around topless by myself. I love it. Okay. And I prefer it that way. So I already feel comfortable like that. So it's kind of like it'll be good because then I can finally like go out in the world with that t-shirt on. Like it's fucking hot in Brisbane. So like the less clothes the better.
It was just something that, went through my head when I was thinking about talking to you, going, what would be a really different experience, like taking your shirt off and running down the beach sort of thing, which you wouldn't have been able to do. So, boardies, undies, have you got a preference?
Yeah, I wear boy shorts. So guys, I wear guys' clothing, except for bra, unfortunately, but... Yeah, no, guys' clothing, so I've got, boy shorts, so they're like the thick ones that go around. Yeah.
So there's nothing, you don't get to play anymore with that because you're already doing that. You don't get to go out and buy a new wardrobe.
Yeah, no.
It's already happening.
Yeah, no, it's already been happening, so yeah, don't need to go buy anything new, so...
And we haven't talked about your mum.
Yeah.
And how she really feels.
She's been so adorable. Like, even when I came out as being gay and everything like that, she's always been supportive. Same with my uncle as well. My uncle lives here too. Like, they've always been supportive no matter what I do, the good and the bad. So they've always been there, which has been good. But when I kind of told Mum, it was very emotional for me because Mum always said the story of, like, when she was younger, she knew that she was going to have a daughter called Rebecca. So... not that letting her down, but like it was just emotional. Like I did cry when I did tell her, but then she sees it as that it's sad because she's losing a daughter, but she's happy because she's gaining a son. So she's happy for me. She wants me to be happy. When my friend Pauline came over to give me one of my shots here, Mum was in the room and she started crying because she was so emotional because she could see how happy I was. The support that I've had from friends, but also family, it just makes it so much easier.
I was going to say, like, had you ever thought that if you didn't have that support, would you have transitioned? Like, you would have just done the journey by yourself?
Yeah, I would have maybe done the journey by myself, or, might not even done the journey. It depends. Like, I wouldn't know because I've got the support. If I didn't have the support or if I didn't have the knowledge, would I be here today? Maybe not. It's definitely harder to walk this path by yourself. If I couldn't tell people about it or if I couldn't tell my close friends about it, like, how would I move forwards with it kind of thing? Like, they would think that I was ignoring them or, like, didn't want to be friends with them and, like, kind of, like, push them away and then they would kind of go kind of thing and then you lose your friends, so... Yeah.
Because you are really open and okay with it, and I was going to say before we started that I was going to apologise if I made any faux pas and said he or she when I shouldn't have, because I would never like to do that. But you seem so, it's okay, and I didn't feel that I had to be worried.
No, I don't want people to feel like on edge when they're around me or introducing me or anything like that. But that's me. There are, with anything, there's extremists. There's people out there like, don't assume my gender, like, don't do this, don't do that. And you can't get mad at someone that's not educated. Like, now, before I transitioned, people still said he. I had people, like, saying he, and they're like, oh, sorry, she, kind of thing. So you need to think and stop and educate and not get mad at them, because that's when I guess the hate and the confusion and people don't want to talk about it then.
Are you part of the LGBTQT society?
I go to the Beat, which is a gay club in Brisbane.
Oh, is it?
I guess that's being a part of it. I'm not too sure. I went to marches like years ago. I've been to a few marches. Not my thing. But that's me. That's me. You know, I can only comment on myself and how I feel. I can't comment on other people. But yeah, no, I'm not highly in it. I'll go to like events, like club events, like lesbian events and stuff like that, or like gay friendly events. But I'm not like I'm not like a
flag waver.
Yeah, flag waver.
Flag waver.
Yeah.
This is serious now, and I'd want you to be really honest and truthful with me.
Yep.
You know Monopoly?
Yep.
Yeah, can you tell, you play?
Yep.
Or is this just decoration?
Okay, so there's some inside as well. This is only half of my collection. You'll see that some are opened, some are unopened, and I've got doubles. If I get one and I want to open it, I'll buy a second one so that it's sealed so that I don't open it. Like the Monopoly there, the Crooks and Castles, so the fourth one from the top. No, next one down. Yeah, so that's limited edition. Crooks and Castles, so that's like a gangster hood theme one. So all the Monopoly pieces and the characters are based, I guess, the ghetto. So that was limited edition. I actually ordered 2 so I could open one, and the other one got lost in the mail. So it's open. It gives me like that it's opened. I need to find another one. But yeah, big Monopoly fan.
I've seen a few you know, YouTube videos and clips out there. People coming out and saying who they really are on social media fronts as themselves.
You're talking to a camera and coming out, and it's like, but where's the support or the you know, the touching or the hugging or the questions, or, you know, absolutely. That would be kind of weird, but, you know, like, things are different now, obviously.
Yeah, and I think probably that's why Becky's involving us so much now. Maybe so as the process continues, you know, hopefully she does feel like she does have that support network.
What do you think dating is going to look like when you're Benji?
See, that's the thing. Like, someone asked me, like, if you're dating a female, are you then a straight couple because you're male now? And I guess it won't be any different to now. I am who I am, and if they're going to accept me as me, that's it. Like, at the end of the day, I think it'll have to be someone that's understanding of the transitioning.
Because it will be hard when you come to, like,
yeah,
you know, down.
But yes and no.
No, I
like,
just meant, I've got good news and bad news.
That will be that will be hard, but it won't be hard for me. Like, I'll still be good.
Also, I was talking to your mum before, and she, you know, worrying about our kids and stuff. And when you go, I mean, it's safety with friends and things and family, and they support you. But when you're out and about, and you know, you're Benji, not that you'd feel worried or threatened, but you know that idea of someone putting it on you that you've transitioned and stuff and threatened. Does that cross your mind or not cross your mind, or is this a movie in the making?
No. I've because of who I am and how I like grew up and everything like that with the boys and everything, I've gotten into fights with guys before. I won't get into a fight with a girl. Personally, I think it's unfair for me to get into a fight with a girl. Mm-hmm. I've always thought that. So never hit a girl. But there's been times where I've been in the valley. Mum's gonna know this now. Where not yet, but she will know this. There'll be times where there's been the boys have gotten into a fight and then drinking intoxicated. I'll jump in and we'll have a little rumble. But yeah, it's the boys have always been protective of me, and every time I get into a fight and you're a fucking idiot, like, you're still a girl.
Yeah. That doesn't scare you or
that kind of stuff? No, that doesn't scare me. Like, I get myself to a fight if I'm out with the girls. I've got a lot of girls that are straight. When we go out, guys will try and hit on them, and they'll be like, no, not interested, and the guys will keep trying, and then it's like, keep trying. It's like, all right, fuck off. They're not interested, go away. And then it's like been times where I've had to push them away, or like some words are exchanged or like something like that, because it's just respect them. they're not interested, so leave.
So do you feel in that situation you feel that you need to be the protector a bit because you're...
Yeah. Oh, we always joke that I'm the girl security, like when we all go out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good fun.
Will transitioning affect your work?
I've got my own company, so that won't affect really anything. I guess name change down the track, yes, but at the moment that doesn't really affect anything. Work, I have spoken to them about it, and I have told them that I am transitioning, because we do get random drug tests, so they're fine with that. So I've said to them that I am on testosterone, so that's fine. They're happy to support me. I'm the first trans that they've had there, so...
Poster boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Poster boy.
Yep. So it's going to be, it's going to be good.
And you have a plan for when you're 30, you said before, that things you wanted to do by the time
so
you're
like
30?
with my company, I always wanted to keep my company. So I want to, when I closed down the restaurant, obviously there was still some money owing on that, so I want to pay that back, and then get my top surgery by the time I'm 30, so I can go into my 30s as Benji. Do that.
When does it look like you might be able to afford, because it's all money?
Yeah.
When do you think you might be able to afford?
I could probably end up by the end of the year, like beginning of next year.
And 10,000, and you get nothing back from HCF or a private health fund?
You can go to private health, but you still have to pay a big chunk of it. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that I do need to look into more down the track when I'm ready. I know the price. I don't know all the mechanics around it or all the situations, but I know that it's roughly $10,000. So once I've got that, or kind of getting up to that, then I'll start looking into all of that.
And
more.
you will have to, when you transition totally to Benji, you will have to change driver's license,
passport, birth certificate, like everything has to change.
And how difficult do you think that's going to be?
I have to be Benji for a certain amount of time before I can change.
Beck, is myths and falsehoods about transitioning and stuff, like we sort of touched on it before, that a lot of the information that I found that you found was American based. Yeah, I made friends with the cafe owner that was in the corner of my shop, and Nigel, we were sitting there one day, and he's like researching all like the different ways of like the bottom surgery and like all of that, and he's like, they were all American websites or overseas or something. None of them were Australian doctors or Australian like medical tests or anything like that. It was all overseas. So you kind of like, you're like, oh yeah, so this is overseas, but then what's it like over here? Because that is very different to here. So, and then again, like the costing and all of that was American, which is again different to here. So that's where you kind of got to probe a little bit more. But if there's not the information out there, like I said, like if I knew what I knew now earlier, I probably would have started it earlier. But I didn't know the information, and then when I finally did, I was like, well, let's do this. And it put you off, like the idea of 6 months going to a psychiatrist and paying for that, put you off doing it because you went, well, I can't afford that, so that stopped you. Yeah, like paying for it and all of that, it's like, you already have to pay so much, then I have to pay more to do it. Like, when I found the doctor, I get money back on Medicare, so it's like $100 to see them. And then my injections, like, I think it's like $40 or $50. So that's affordable. Yeah. Because someone in America sent me some questions, because I did ask a range of people, because I thought I probably won't think of enough. Yeah. Interesting, diverse questions. Yeah. And they said that in America, they couldn't afford, so they had to stop there. Yeah. So, I mean, how upsetting and how devastating would that be? Yeah. Because, once you start on the journey, you certainly don't want to be having to stop. Yeah. And then having the hair stays and other things are going, and it would be really like your head must play around. Exactly. That's why I'm lucky that we are in Australia, and that is, now that I know it is affordable, which is what I want to educate people. Like, it is affordable, it is out there. But then on the other hand of it, like, it's not a trend for me. I'm not doing this because it's the new thing to do. I mean, LGBT, the letters of the alphabet, is big at the moment, and I find that some people are doing it not necessarily to fit in, but to be a part of the crowd. And it is reversible to an extent. Like, after you get surgery, like top surgery, like unless you get your boobs put back in, and bottom surgery, you can't really go back. But if you're just taking testosterone, you can kind of stop it, and then you'll get your estrogen back. But it's just make sure that it's what you want to do. I guess, like, for me too, it hasn't been around me. I don't know how to, not deal with it, because it's nothing that I don't have to deal with anything. Yeah. It's that person. Is that sometimes they need a bit of space. You need to be there, but not
Yeah,
there
you
too
just need to
closely,
be, yeah.
you know, because
And-
you're going through a huge.
I feel like at the moment, like, I can't be smothered. I'm already kind of like trying to deal with my own stuff and myself. If I've got people like smothering me and like on the top of me, I'm just like, ugh, like I just want to like run, like I just want to revolt. And like all my friends are like, are you doing good? Yeah, I'm doing good. A few mental things are like, oh, yep, always here if you need. It's not like, are you okay? 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 Because then you get over that and you don't want to talk about it and you end up being like, fuck off. Like,
And plus, it's years.
Yeah.
And it's a long time. And then when you do transition, is it still going to be you okay?
Yeah,
Like, oh, for
like-
God's sake.
yeah,
It's
it's like,
like, oh,
oh.
my God, I'm okay, it's done.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
been like
yeah.
5 years now. Like, you know, it's...
Yeah, yeah. I'm not okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not okay with you asking me these questions all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
like it's you kind of get. I love that they're so caring, but I love how they're giving space as well.
So yeah, cool.
They're respecting of it.
And I notice you've got a crystal around your neck.
Yes,
What one is that?
I actually got this yesterday.
Oh my God, it's new.
Yeah, one of my friends, Jewels of the Earth. I'm pretty sure. That's her business. She makes them, so she made them for me.
Oh, okay.
She
What
made
is
this
it?
one for me. Red jasper.
And what red jasper is for transitioning?
Oh, no, put me on the spot. She told me this all last night when I went to go pick it up. She told me what it was.
No, I just noticed it. And
Yeah.
I just thought, you know, you're wearing a crystal.
Well,
I
I
just
got-
pointed out.
I had one from me a few years ago and it actually broke. So I thought that
Oh,
was
wow.
that's time to go. So I got this one and it's she read it out to me and it's pretty much spot on of like helps with like sexuality and like all these different things and clearing and a bunch of, I'm probably saying it wrong.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah,
Since
no.
you put it on, is it like better than the testosterone?
I don't know if it's a placebo effect though. Like it could be just a placebo effect. So like I wanted it and I wear it.
Yeah, no,
Whether
no.
it does anything or doesn't, like it's
I've been known to put crystals in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten about. Oh shit! No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think I did. Did it work?
Yeah,
did it
yeah.
work? Is it just the placebo? effect?
like I've collected crystals over the years, but I get them because I like it. Like there was I don't know what they're called, but there was this actually, do you want me to grab it?
Yeah,
It's a tower. It's okay.
go grab the towel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God! Yes.
so I got that because like I want to build an empire, obviously with my business. So that represents the business, like the empire of my business.
Yeah.
And then I got this one because it's like double-ended, like two-sided. This one here I got because it's kind of like
Oh,
It's like
so
gold.
It's like gold.
yeah, it's like gold, so money. So
I see.
business, money, and,
and focus
all of that.
and your focus and
yeah.
stuff and yes.
So I don't get them because of, I guess, what they are. I get them like what it means to
They
me.
speak to you
Yeah.
and you get them.
Yeah, they speak to me. My favorite color is red, so
Oh,
this
is
is red.
it?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, is that you with a?
So-
I'm not sure if that's a cake.
I think that would have been my birthday or something like that. That's my uncle, Uncle Daniel, and yeah, that's me.
Uncle Daniel, the one that lives here.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, he's at
okay.
work today, unfortunately. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And a birthday cake.
yeah.
Cool. Is this one of your mother's photos of?
As a kid, I went to concerts. Mum would always take me to concerts. So I went to see a lot of live music when I was
Yeah.
younger. So that would have been one of the concerts that we went to when I was younger.
No idea who that person is. So far
idea.
away.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Up in the bleachers.
Up in the bleachers, yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah.
This one looks like I can see. Were you in hospital or someone in hospital?
I wasn't in hospital, so that's my pop,
Yeah.
and that's my auntie Helen who passed away from leukemia.
Oh.
So she was in there for Christmas and 1 year, so we actually went up there and still celebrated in the hospital. But very strong woman. I come from a very strong females in my family. She had a rare form of leukemia and actually got a pill put on the PBS. Very big believers that not only the rich or people that can afford it should get medical assistance. So yeah, she fought to get it on the list, and I think Mum's got the little newspaper clippet somewhere. So
And is that you
yes, that's me.
in a dress?
Yep, in a dress.
Mum put you in that dress?
Yep.
Hey, you look really happy.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
yeah.
at the hospital for
Yeah.
Christmas this year.
I had cake all over my hands. That's why I'm so
Oh,
happy.
hey, looks like you've lost some teeth there, baby.
Yep. Yeah, I was a little baby. There's Mum.
Yeah, swimming.
Swimming. We every year we used to go to Morton Island, Tangalooma. So Mum used to take us over, and then some family friends used to go over as
nice.
growing up. So
And that's
yeah.
your champagne?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Like,
So I
fill it up.
fell down the stairs, and that's why I have no teeth. Yeah.
Now, is this a sad pet story?
Yes, that's my dog actually growing up. Passed away, unfortunately.
I
but
knew this was going to be sad.
Yeah.
What's his name?
her name Ginger. Yeah.
You sure it was a good...
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming the gender now, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she looks wonderful.
Yeah,
And
she
family
was.
dog.
Yeah, she was. She was adorable. Yeah.
And now this look time warp.
Yeah, that's Mum.
These two time warping, okay, because you can tell by the photos.
That's Mum, and then that's my auntie.
Pre-children. Oh, is that your auntie? I thought it was
Yes.
pre-children.
Yep. Definitely.
See, she's still smiling.
I'm the one and only. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I came
like
up.
she's happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that a... Oh, no. I like this one.
This one, the karate.
The Karate Kid.
Proof that I got up to a blue belt.
Yes, and do you still do karate?
No.
Fuck karate. No one likes karate.
I got to a blue belt and that's it.
Oh, we're going to look at your tattoos now. Okay, now. Okay, so the eye.
The eye, yep, the all-seeing eye.
All
Always
seeing.
seeing, and the time around it.
What does that mean?
What's the time you see? Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you have to, like, can you... Yeah,
No,
there
that
we
one?
go.
King of the Jungle.
Is that
The
you?
lion?
You're the king
Yeah,
of the
King of the Jungle.
Yeah.
Then there's that one there, like the good and the bad. Everyone's got the good and bad in them. That's the Reckless Panda, my old logo, which is now this logo.
Reckless Panda. And so
Reckless
what's the logo, what will your logo be on? Like what's that?
Like clothing and that. And it's
Oh,
just
you're doing clothing?
Yeah, eventually going to do clothing. And so yeah, that's just the company name. I was a little bit of a reckless panda, so yeah,
Cool.
kept that going. The reptile eye, I got like a few scales up here too. To see the snakes, but also there was a drunken story at Byron Bay Arts Factory where I got super duper wasted, and apparently I started blinking like a reptilian, which is like the conspiracy of the greater race. So yeah, so that's where, which Ashley, who's coming today, can tell you about that story. So
Okay,
yeah.
and...
The wolf, the leader
of
of
the
the pack.
See, look at that. You've got to kind of be
Disjointed or something.
disjointed to see the wolf.
Yeah.
And you've got some on your neck.
Grind hard, pray daily. There.
So you pray daily?
No.
No good.
That prays for me.
Yeah, we've got it written down, don't we?
And the hands, and then on this side is like blessed.
Yes.
And then yeah.
Did they hurt on your neck?
A little bit. And then I've got like love kills slowly.
Oh my God! That's see, I like Sailor. I like Sailor.
Ain't no stopping me, no stopping we at all. Nah, trying to be involved, lead the audience and all. No task, big or small. Oh my God. We on. Yeah, and if you ride with me, ride with me. I got your front, you got my back, you wanna vibe with me. We on. Yeah, and if you ride with me, ride with me. I got your front, you got my back, you wanna vibe with me. We on. Yeah, and if you ride with me, ride with me. I got your front, you got my back, you wanna vibe with me. We on. Yeah, and if you ride with me, ride with me. I got your front, you got my back, you wanna vibe with me.